All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Houseplant Basement. It has been a long, long while. I know I've been away, and I've been promising to repot this croton of mine way back in July. So we're going to take care of that today. But yeah, it's been a while. Haven't really had much to record. It's been pretty mellow in the past couple months. So we're going to do a couple things today. We're going to be repotting my croton and a snake plant that is going to be living in my wife's office. So the first things first, I already have my decorative pots that I'm going to be using, right? So we'll set those off to the side. I have the pots that these are going to be going into. So this one for the snake plant, and this one for my croton. This is the old pot. So let's go ahead and start with the croton. I've had this plant for a while, but I have not repotted it since I've got it. It's put on a decent amount of growth this summer. I finally found a good spot in the house that it really enjoys. It's getting enough light and everything, so it's started to put on a lot more growth over the summer, which is awesome. Love that. And we're going to be using this pink pot to put it in. So we'll set this guy off to the side and we'll come back to him in a minute. But let's go ahead and start with this. And we'll start by taking him out of the pot. You can see there's some roots coming out of the bottom there. Nothing substantial, but it is almost the end of summer. There's some leaves on here that need to be trimmed off anyway. So we're just gonna go ahead and repot this bad boy. I wonder if I can get two, one for each of these stems, but I don't know if that'll be possible. So if I break these up, now, I think we'll just leave them connected. And if I want to in the future, I can maybe separate them, but I think for now we're just going to leave them together. You can see, you know, pretty good root growth. It's not too root bound, but enough that we want to go ahead and repot it. So let me grab some soil for this. So we'll start off with that, make sure we're at a good height. I think that's actually exactly where we want it, right? Like just like that. And then we'll go ahead and fill this in. Ooh. I don't want to lose too much soil, but I can always just shove it back into this box when I'm done. Give that a nice good tap. That's not as center as I would have liked it. That's all right. Just throw some more soil over there. I think that's pretty good. We'll give this a really good drink. Make sure that all the soil gets into the roots. Make sure everything's just kind of nice and filled in. But that's all there is to that. And it fits really nicely in there. I don't like how that is kind of slanting, but I think that's all right. It's not the end of the world, honestly. While we're here though, what I'm going to do in my sterilized shears, I'm going to cut off a couple of these leaves that are worse for wear. So this big one here has a really big blemish on it. So we're just gonna take you off of there. This one on this guy is burnt. So just to make it look a little nicer. And I think that's all we need to do. Yeah, everything else looks good. So that's that. That is all she wrote for the Croton. And like I said, I found a really nice spot for this upstairs in my kitchen. It's right next to like a big open sliding glass door. There's plenty of light. But yeah, so that's that for this guy. So we'll go ahead and put him right here. And actually, I'm gonna put his little label back in there. All right, next, this snake plant that will be living in my wife's office. So, since we got it for her, this nice new node has popped up. So it's grown quite a bit, and there we go. Look at that. There's nice orange roots. Looks like it's kind of root bound, which is all right. Not that big of a deal. But it looks good. Looks healthy. I'm not gonna break this up at all. I'm gonna kind of let the roots do that by themselves. Please excuse my dog. So we're gonna want it about here, I think. So we'll just set him right off to the side. We'll get some soil in here. We'll make sure that's good. Okay, that's a good height. So with that, I'm gonna be pretty careful with this because I want it to be pretty center so that it looks nice for my wife's office so that she doesn't have to worry about anything like that. Right, just get some soil in there. We got some in there, that's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Give it a nice tap. Get that soil down in there. This will give this plant a lot more room to grow, and I hopefully probably won't have to repot this until, I don't know, probably several years, ideally. But I do need to fertilize this before she takes it back. But I think that's good. So what I'm going to do with this is we're going to give it a drink and we're going to fertilize this bad boy. And I think that should be it. Now she's gonna take this, sit on her windowsill in her office, and it'll look really nice. Like I said, this one is not center how I want it, and now it's bothering me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can maybe compact this a little bit. See if we can get some soil in here to kind of push this a little closer to the center, and actually that kind of worked. Okay, so that worked there. That's actually perfect. Okay, so yeah, so guys, I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. Repotted my croton. This is the Bush on Fire Croton, which is an awesome plant that has starts off with these green leaves. You'll get like green and light green and white variegation. You'll get some pink, and then eventually these leaves will turn into this red, this deep dark red and pink variegation, which is just awesome, and I love this thing. And then my snake plant, everyone knows a snake plant. I guess this technically isn't mine, it's my wife's, but everyone loves a snake plant. Everyone should have a snake plant. I love these things. I appreciate everyone sticking around, stopping by. Leave a like, subscribe if you wish, and I will catch you guys in the next one.